I could talk about how grateful I am for the Kanawha Valley Fellowship Home, for recovery, for a 12-step program that saved my life. I could talk for ages about it. My name is Travis Stone. My sobriety date is November 6, 2015, and I graduated from the Kanawha Valley Fellowship Home June of 2017.
How comfortable do you feel with telling your story?
I mean, it's the easiest story to tell. It's mine. All right, well, I'm from Kansas originally, a small Division II college town. There wasn't much to do but party. So that's what I did. My dad worked on the road, and my mom's alcoholic, so she wasn't around too much. So I kind of got to do whatever I wanted. And so I did. At 13, I took my first drink at an Ozzy Osbourne concert, and I remember floating across the parking lot. I drank 3 Bud Lights, and I smoked a joint. And I thought, I need to be feeling like this all the time. Every chance I got from that point until I got into recovery was me trying to get back to feeling just like that. Many people have talked about not feeling comfortable in your own skin, and I can identify with that. It always seemed like people got the handbook to life and I didn't get one. When I put something in me, it puts me right where I want to be. And so I chase that. People don't drink and use drugs because it's not fun. But I had a little too much fun for a little too long. Lost myself somewhere along the way. I started young as a kid, so I never really learned how to live successfully. I never learned how to manage my own life. Didn't have any intentions on learning how. Life grows up around you and you're stuck in Groundhog Day, hamster wheel, roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. And I didn't know how to get off. So I was hopeless, homeless. I had a backpack full of clothes, a warrant out for my arrest. To tell you how unmanageable my life was, I had a misdemeanor DUI. All I had to do was pay $1,600 in fines, get a breathalyzer in my vehicle, and have 6 months unsupervised probation. It's a cakewalk for anybody that knows what they're doing. I did not know what I was doing, so I couldn't even do that. And I had a bench warrant out, and I ran on a misdemeanor DUI bench warrant for 4 years, which is ridiculous now that I look back on it. I had gotten picked up and went to jail on that warrant at the end of 2014. While I was in there, I decided I was going to get my life together. The problem is I don't know how to do that. So I made a list of all these things that I was going to get. And it was going to be, I need to put a job application in, I need to save up some money. Once I save up enough money, I can get my own place, find a job I enjoy, maybe get a girlfriend, fall in love eventually, get married, have some kids, get a dog, whatever. I had this whole list of things that if I could accomplish these things, my life would be good. And I got out of jail, and I drank a liter of vodka, and I forgot about the list. I was dating a girl. I had been up for about a week. I'm seeing shadow people and you name it, things are not going well. And I go into this probation meeting, and she's sitting behind the glass, and she said, "Mr. Stone, how are you doing?" That's what she actually said. Now, what I heard, I'm not sure, but I know I said, "I'm not high." And she said, "Excuse me?" And I said, "Well, what'd you say?" And she was like, "Mr. Stone, you need to get your shit together and get out of here." And she didn't put me in jail. Well, when I walked out, I vowed never to go back, because I'm good at running. When things get uncomfortable, I leave. So I got a hold of that girl and I said, "We're hitting the road. We're hitchhikers now." So I took my last paycheck and we went to Walmart. We bought 2 survival backpacks. Except the backpacks were so expensive, we didn't have enough money to put anything in them to survive on. To be real candid, the only shelter we had was a little pink tent that children pretend to camp in their bedroom. We got on Facebook yard sale, and we got a dog, because if you hitchhike, you gotta have a road dog, okay? And we name him Lucky, and he's gonna be our lucky road dog. We make it about 6 miles out of town, and we set up camp, and I go fishing. I actually end up catching fish. I'm too high, I don't eat any of them. We just give them to the dog. He was having a good time at first. This is tornado season in Kansas. So we're in the middle of these woods and like 30, 40, 50 mile an hour winds start coming through these woods. There's trees being knocked down around us. There's sideways hail rain. We are in this tiny little pink tent trying to take shelter. I had gotten this water repellent spray for your shoes, and I thought, if I just spray this on the outside of this pink tent, it'll keep this rain out. It didn't. So we got drenched. This poor dog is sitting in a corner in a puddle thinking I was in a warm house before these crazies picked me up. We reevaluate our lives for a minute, and at 6 o'clock in the morning we go back, and I got a hold of my aunt who lived here. She was willing to help me. She bought me a bus ticket, bought us both bus tickets, and I came to West Virginia. I moved 850 miles away, and I just brought me with me. So I started doing the same things that I was doing in Kansas. My aunt kicks me out, and I'm on a couch again with not a pot to piss in. To be quite frank, life just sucked. I was tired of it. I was desperate. That's what it boils down to. There's a term we use a lot, sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'd gotten a job downtown, and a couple of those guys lived in the fellowship home, and they told me that I should put an application in because they knew I was trying to find some long-term sober living. They taught me how to live again. A 12-step program of recovery coupled with accountable, structured, sober environment gave me life again. Anywhere from scrubbing baseboards to fighting over who's going to do the dishes, creating a brotherhood, guys that were in it for the same common goal was important to me. For years I felt alone in a room full of people. That house taught me how to get off the roller coaster, in a path that really goes somewhere. It absolutely saved my life. They told me I had to be home at 10 o'clock. I didn't have to be at home at 10 o'clock when I was 12. It gave me a structured environment to do the things I needed to do to work on myself internally. I had that list of things that I was going to use to get my life together when I got out of jail. Today, when I woke up, I have all of it and more. And it had nothing to do with going and putting a job application in. I had to reorganize what was going on inside of me, take a look at myself, be accountable for my actions, and start taking right action. The fellowship home taught me how to do that.
Tell me about life since then.
Well, I am married. Been married for about 5 years. And I have 2 kids. I have a job I really enjoy. I'm a full-time Uber driver, which isn't for everybody, I can assure you, but I'm new on the job. I have no idea how to work the app. It's my cup of tea. You pick somebody up, you drop them off. So I get to be a dad today. I get to be sober-minded, be present, and just try to be a decent human today. I'm halfway through a bachelor's degree. I went back to school. I was never a big fan of school, but I've learned in this program and at the fellowship home that if I just do the next right thing, whatever that is, then I can do just about anything. So I will always be grateful for the Kanawha Valley Fellowship Home.